OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony fandom. This show was unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on their critique at times. That being said, if you are easily offended, do not watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 71 for July 24th, 2015. This week, we are actually doing something different, and I'll tell you what in just a minute. But first, my name is Modified Thunderbirds. I'm the host and show manager, and I am joined by nobody, because that's where things get weird this week. Now, as most of you probably know, last week I visited Columbus, Ohio to visit the con Trotcon. Fun little convention that they had there for My Little Pony and, quote, Western animation as well. And, did some fun things there. Now, this week's episode, I wanted it to be a OCs that I reviewed at the con. Now, I did a couple of OC reviews back at BabsCon, and I also did a couple at Everfree Northwest this last year. And people seem to really like that idea of being able to get on-the-spot reviews. Now, keep in mind, these reviews that I do in person at the con are very boiled down. Like, these are the bare minimum of reviews that I can possibly give at a convention. These are small snippets of reviews that don't really... It's not the fact that they don't fully encompass what I would like to say, but it's a very, compacted view, and it's not as full as what we would normally offer on our show. Obviously, you're just getting my opinion on it, and you don't get the other people on the show's opinions either. So this is just going to be me reviewing OCs at the con, and this is the footage that I took this last weekend. Now, if you've been following along with the convention vlog videos, you may have noticed the paid DLC expansions to those things. Now, that's just a little fun joke that I tried doing with that. It's like, well, it's already there, so why can't I just play this game? Nope, you gotta buy the DLC to access this content. So this is kind of your Game of the Year edition / Game of the Week, or Episode of the Week edition for that stuff. So I'm going to be reviewing a couple of OCs this week. I believe there's 4 of them, and I'm going to just play the tape of piece by piece, and if I need to, I'll put in a little bit of extra dialogue at the end. So let's get started and take a look at the first OC that I reviewed this week. So let's see. Okay, what was it again?
Outrageous Hermit.
Outrageous Hermit. Okay, so we have this. Let's see. Hopefully that shows up. Good enough. If not, I'll make a cap of it and show it on screen. Okay, so it's pretty much just gonna be selfie style.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a base to start off with. It's you're filling it in with what else is. At this point with your OC, I highly recommend you find somebody to do a commission for you, because this works. But if you really want your OC to outshine,
Actually, someone did draw that.
Cool, sweet. Go like the next step up, so to speak, with it. But that's just what I would do. The colors are okay. I mean, is that a black outline for the hair?
That's actually a dark blue.
Dark blue. Okay. Well, then that's perfectly fine. Yeah. As long as it's not a pure white for the coat, and I don't believe it is, because I'm looking at where the white is on the coat in the background.
Yeah.
It seems okay. That's not pure white, which is actually really nice. I like the fact that you did that. The blue feathers are okay. It's a style that not a lot of people back or go for, but it's weird because it's very divided. People either love it a lot or absolutely hate it.
Yeah. There's another version of my OC. It's an older version.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Here's an older version of my OC.
I always love this pose because it's just that super happy kind of thing. I love it. It's so great. Yeah. I like the newer version better just because of how you have the hair color.
Well, this was the first drawn picture of my OC ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've definitely improved it since then, and I
Yeah.
really like the fact that you decided to switch those two styles or whatnot, or the two colors in the main, because I like the fact that the dark color took up more of the main in the first picture. But yeah, it's a good style. What was the key mark again?
Is the original. This is the original cutie mark,
Cool.
which stood for my OC being blind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cutie mark now is this.
A cup of soup?
No, a brew.
A brew.
Yeah.
Nice.
She learned brews from Zecora.
Oh, all right. Okay. Cool. So her special talent is like potion making and whatnot. Okay. Is the character still blind or?
The old version is still blind. The new version, with the strange eyes,
Yeah, the yellow bat eyes. Yeah.
is not blind.
Oh, okay. All right, because with that old version, it's kind of hard to
Tell.
It's a weird thing to have as a special talent. It's like, why would somebody's special talent be being blind? It's just one of those things that it's hard to think of as a special talent. Like, how do you get a job? How is this relevant? But I like where you went with it now, because that's a little bit more real.
Yeah. The inspiration for my OC, the change that I've been doing to it, came from the Mad Munchkin, who is a YouTube
I know
creator.
that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Her videos really inspired me
Really?
to create my OC.
Cool. Well, it's wherever you get it, it's definitely important to like think of where you get art and how any way that you can be inspired is always good, no matter what the medium or muse it is. But yeah, that's super cool. I think that pretty much handles it. That's what we're doing here. So, Trotcon. We'll be back with another one probably. Username again was?
The Outrageous Hermit.
Outrageous Hermit. All right.
Say no to bad movies.
All right, sweet. Now, that was the OC by the Outrageous Hermit, and unfortunately, I never got the name of his OC. Now, it was an okay OC. I believe that what I said still holds true even after seeing it, or after the matter of seeing it. My biggest problem was the fact that I tried telling him, was the fact that he needs to expand into getting art done of his OC that's other than another base, because he had his first one where it was blind and it was a base and that wasn't great, and then he said that he had another person, the first picture that was shown, that was the new version, and it was a lot better in both story and design, but still, it was just another freaking piece of just another base that somebody had put together. If you want your OC to be good or have it stand out, definitely look into getting other people to draw your OC if you are unable to do it yourself. Literally anything outside of show style, I believe, will get your OC recognized more and also be a little bit more respected. If you're just using the same stock poses and images that everybody else is using for their OCs, you're not going to get anywhere. And I know I made the comment, oh, this pose is super fun because it's just super happy. Well, guess what? Anybody can put their pony in that pose. It takes a real artist to be able to convey that same joy and happiness in a different pose, able to put it out in other ways. But it was an okay OC. It wasn't anything great. It's just a potion brewing pony that knew Zecora and whatever. I'm really happy to hear that he didn't stick with that whole being blind thing as a talent, because that was just god-awful. I wouldn't want that at all. It was like, how does a crescent moon and a couple of clouds tell people that their special talent was being blind? I'm like, no. Anyway, that was that one. The next one was this Sonic Fire kid that it was a bunch of us hanging out in the pool, and it was, what was it? It was like, we were sitting there joking around about like making shitty OCs and whatnot, and I think it was like Knife Pony was talking to Next Gen or something like that about bad OCs, and this other kid was in the pool. I didn't really pay too much mind to him, and he somebody was like, "Oh, you want to talk about bad OCs? Go talk to this fool right here," and point right at me. It's like, this guy's got a whole podcast about that crap, and it's just like, guys, no, stop. I don't even want to think about that right now. I'm on vacation, and I'm just floating in the pool having a good time. And the kid next to me goes, "Oh, yeah? What's it called?" And I'm like, "Oh, my show's called Your OC Sucks." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard of that." And so it was just something super fun that, he sat there and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I really like your show." And it's like, "Oh, yeah? Well, yeah, my name's Modified." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, duh, the mustache, of course." And it was just something fun to be able to meet a fan in such a, I kind of want to say weird way. Just some kid in a pool. Well, I told him that, hey, I'm going to be doing some at the convention reviews of OCs and whatnot. So later, have your OC on your phone or something like that and give it to me and we'll do an on-the-spot review. So he contacted me. He found me the next day. He's like, "Oh, hey, Modified. By the way, can we do that thing that you were talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, of course." So I sat down on the wall or sat next to the wall to get ready to start doing the interview when a special guest arrives. So this next OC is Sonic Fire, some odd numbers. I'll definitely tell you more in the actual video. So here it is. Here's what I said. Okay, so we're doing another one. This is Fandom Show, Sonic Fire 65, and he met me in the pool last night, so Line Monkey.
What?
I'm doing an OC review.
You're doing an OC review? Which one? Oh, may I see real quick? Alright, let's see. It's an alicorn, which... And it's not a poorly done alicorn.
Yeah.
The color scheme is fairly original. It's not red and black. It's red and fire color and white. That's not bad. See, it's got the Big Mac face.
Yeah.
Kind of a callback, I think, to the last episode with Magical Girl Princess Big Mac.
Yeah.
Thanks, Larson.
So I bet it was made long before that.
Before that one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's it. Then Larson took your idea. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Clearly.
It's actually really nice, for an alicorn OC. But I have to say, in the same way that I'm sure that pretty much anyone else would, alicorn OCs are just...
Well, there's a difference though. I mean, if you want to turn that back on so you can see the picture again. Alicorn OCs is well justified in my opinion.
Yes, and that looks really, really nice.
Yeah. That's what that is. I'll probably put it on screen during even your review of it. But yeah, so yeah, that's Line Monkey's review. Line Monkey, the lovely lady in the wilderness. Keeping all of our cons free of chaos.
Oh, no, sweetheart. I just keep the bronies in line.
Funny. So, yeah.
All right. I'll see you later.
Thanks, Line Monkey.
Thank you.
All right, you go have that cigarette. Have fun. All right, so I'm actually going to give you my review. She said a lot of great things that were really good. I like the color. I like what you do here. It's very... I get a strong, fire feel from it. I mean, it's you got the orange gradient bit in the lighter part, and then you obviously have the darker red part. On the darker red area, do you, those outlines on the darker red, is that black?
Yes, that is a blackish red.
A blackish red. Okay, that's good. I would try to make it a step more red, because that looks very black, and obviously I feel like it's a tone, so it could just be that. But it looks okay. I mean, the fact that you're actually not doing actual black, you're doing black and red, it's actually really good.
And that's what's difficult about having a darker color is when you have that darker of a color and you need to go a little bit darker, or darker for the outline, it gets really close to black. And it's like, you kind of want to try to stay away from that, but it's understandable, considering the fact that here's a different thing. Maybe possibly bringing that red back a little bit instead, because it's almost a little bit too deep of a red. Yeah, if you brought it back a little bit, almost a little bit brighter, I could probably see the black outline working with that. Well, if you did take the darker red back a little bit lighter, you could also bring the stroke color lighter as well, so you don't have to worry about it being too close to each other. So, other than that, that's great in color. I like it. Just, think about it for see how that works. Yeah, speaking of outlines, I do like that outline you have for the actual body. That's a great outline. I really like that color. Because you can have a white coat and then not have some weird other outline that totally doesn't fit with overall color. But the fact that you have like this almost same color, I want to say. Yeah. I like that. That's a good choice. I'm guessing they're like royalty or something like that?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like a prince.
Yeah, okay. What is his special talent? Or
His special talent would be something with fire and just create fire.
okay.
Like when I took my OC, I based it off of my username SonicFire65.
Oh, okay.
And like I wanted to be fire based. So
That makes perfect sense, and that's definitely something you can do. And I like the idea of him being a fire controller, I guess. Pyromancer?
yeah.
Yeah. But the what's is that a sword in the cutie mark? Okay, that works. However, I would drop the sword. Like, because you might be trying to make sort of royalty feel because of with the sword, but I would probably find some way to maybe drop the blade itself. Maybe try to change it from just that full blade to just a hilt or something that's very low. Like, I'm talking 3 colors at the most. And you can have that kind of wrapping it up, but change it to just a hilt under the fire, and then maybe that can be something. Try to tweak it a little bit, see what works for you. And walks out. That's pretty cool. I want to shake your hand and thank you for bringing on your OC. That was very nice. I really appreciate that. It's great. Sonic Fire 65 on DeviantArt, right?
No, I don't have a DeviantArt. I do have a YouTube account. It's sort of a work in progress. I'm trying to upload things.
Well, if anybody looks up that username, they'll be able to find it. We'll also put it linked on the screen, maybe, or something. I don't know. We'll do something. Alright. Well, it was good seeing you.
It was good.
Oh my god, I apologize for that audio because I tried very hard to think of like how like the lighting would be affected when we're recording, and obviously you can tell that when the camera was looking at Lion Monkey, it became all distorted and she was super black and the window was super light and whatever. But I definitely need to start grabbing places that are out of area where all that noise is. But yeah, like I said in the video, Lion Monkey brought up some very good points, but I have to disagree with her on her what I can assume her opinion was going to be on Alicorn OCs. A lot of people in this community want to shit on Alicorn OCs because they find that they are reminiscent of people who are very pompous or arrogant. They think they need to be an alicorn, or they view them as, hey, this is my Sona, so this is going to be an alicorn because I'm an important person. Well, that's not always the case. I mean, you can have alicorn OCs. You just, like I said, you need to strongly justify them. You need to be able to say, hey, yes, this is my character. Yes, they are an alicorn, and this is why. Now, Sonic Fire here, he definitely has a sort of youthful naivete to him, so to speak, because he's just this kid who wants to make a pony OC. He wants to, make a character for that could be his in this world, and he definitely wants that to be a thing. And with that, I mean, not a lot of kids. I know myself, I wasn't that great at making characters when I was a child. Hell, nowadays I still am not that great at making characters, but I've learned to deal with certain things and try to change it around. And I believe Josh is going to be really great at making these characters and making characters that are fully fleshed out and wonderful. He just needs a little bit more time and a little bit better idea on what color theory is. He had a great color scheme going for him with the sort of red and fire gradient mane, and then even the fact that his coat wasn't a pure white, and I was really pleased to see that. Now, again, I know I mentioned it before, but it's one of these things that, it could have been a phone thing that I just couldn't tell that it was in fact a pure white, but the fact that he did have that sand outline was really great because it did add to the whole warm, cohesive tone to the whole color, and I really liked that. And with these sort of things, with him telling me about the fact that he was a prince and whatnot, and he was a pyrokinetic, or he had pyrokinesis, and he was a prince and whatnot, and yada yada yada. Like I said before, these little tiny reviews, I'm not able to get the whole story behind these things because, as you've probably told with some of the characters that Commander has talked about, some OCs out there just are packed full of information, and you can't really sit there and explain away your whole OC with someone standing right there with a phone in their hand out at a 90-degree angle. My arm gets tired real quick while doing these things. So, a short, concise story is always great for these things, but also, as great as it is for my arm, it really doesn't help the character. So, that is Sonic Fire 65. So the next OC we have is by the Emmons. Now this one was super fun because this was like in full swing for the con, and I was just super excited to do these reviews, and I was just being super silly about everything. So we actually did full transitions from the ground floor, just in front of the elevator, reviewing the OC in the elevator, and also reviewing it as he's getting to his hotel room, and it's just so great. Now, he wasn't very good at conveying the ideas and aspects behind his character, but from what I gathered from this, it was a fairly decent OC. So here's the Emmons with his OC. All right, well, we'll do it.
The elevator's coming up.
We'll do it. We'll do it in the elevator.
No,
We'll do it.
wait till you're on it, though.
No, we'll do it during the transition. So we're here with the Emmons.
Oh.
And you got OC that you made yourself, right?
Yeah. And here's the elevator.
Yeah.
His name is and see it.
Yeah.
7. Dang it. Okay. His name is Midnight Sentry, and he's a really stupid story, but he's like supposed to basically be Luna's bodyguard / guard captain. And it's really stupid.
Yeah.
He's basically I'm trying to sum it up because I speak way fast. And he's basically
7, by the way.
Yeah,
7. So let's step out.
He's mostly just. This is 7 already?
Yep, 7 already.
Mostly he's just the best way I can describe him is he's just basically Indiana Jones, but he's a lot less smart.
Okay.
And that's really about all I can sum up for him.
So, all right, that's cool. Now, I like the style of it because it's got that nice blue color that's not super saturated.
Yeah.
It's actually quite pastel.
Yeah.
and very
One of them-
soft
yeah.
in the colors.
One of my friends helped me out with him. It's not drawn by me.
I'll follow you to your room.
Yeah.
And by the way, this won't go up till Friday, so you don't have to worry about anybody following it.
It's actually drawn by someone named Isla Stardragon. I don't know what their
Isla
deviant-
Stardragon.
I don't know what their deviant art is, if there even is. And we have passed my room by this point,
Oh,
which is
well-
back that way.
It's back way. All right.
But I'm just gonna stick because my roommate's napping.
Okay.
And that's basically it. I don't have a whole lot other
I
than
really like it. The style
Yeah.
of this. I really like it. I like the style. It kind of got that. It's not Thunderlane. Thunderlane has like a straight cut.
it's still a mohawk, but it's
Yeah. It's
or
still-
someone described it as a pompadour once, but it's a mohawk basically.
It's not a pompadour. But yeah, you definitely get it. What's the cutie mark?
Okay, it's stupid. It's I'm not the smartest person.
Oh.
It's supposed to basically be he's even though it clashes horribly with his personality. It's supposed to be leadership at its base.
It looks like it's supposed to be a moon with bats in front of it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just him leading, like bats. And the biggest one is just leading the way, and he's not the best at it. Like I said, he's Indian. He goes, "This is what's going to happen." It doesn't happen, and he just works his way around it.
Yeah, he still finds a workaround.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, that's great. I like it. You know, obviously tweak it. Pardon me, I apologize. Tweak it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Try to figure out, like what works best about it and what like other things.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid character. Just work out the connection between the cutie mark and the special talent, and you'll be golden.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. It was the
Emmons.
The
Just
Emmons. The Emmons, guys.
EMMENS when you need to spell it.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Welcome. Now I gotta find my key.
Good luck,
Yeah.
man.
That was the Emmons with his OC Midnight Shade. When I was watching it over, I remember the pony that I was trying to think of when I was talking about the mane. The mane is very reminiscent of Soren's mane and how it's very up and swoopy to the back and it's very fast. The main problem with Midnight Shade's cutie mark was the fact that it was not representative of its special talent at all. Or at least his special talent wasn't clear to his personality, and it was a big mess in that regard because it was pretty much just how does him being a leader but being a stupid leader come across in a moon and 3 bats cutie mark? That is not at all a part of who or what he is. Just because you have a bat pony OC does not mean that you instantly should have a moon cutie mark or a bats in your cutie mark because you're a moon pony or you're a bat pony. It just didn't make sense, and I think that's the strongest issue that I have with his character. His character being a kind of klutz or a ditz of a leader is a great idea and a great concept, but like I said, it just falls apart due to the fact that was his cutie mark and it had nothing to do with his special talent, or even the fact that even is his special talent. I mean, leadership could be his special talent, but he's a bad leader, so really is it his special talent? I don't know. That's something that he really should rework and think about how to change. And like I said, it's hard to get that across in just a short little moment, especially when he was waiting to get into his hotel and it was supposed to be sort of an on-the-fly sort of thing. So if it was more of a sit-down and actually talk situation about his OC, I feel like I could have dug in and informed him a little bit better on that case. But I just was pretty much sitting there wanting to get as much information from him before I had to head out. But yeah, that was Midnight Shade by the Emmons. Now, the last one that I want to bring onto the show, or at least the last one that I reviewed, because there's nothing else to bring on here, was the OC of a good friend of mine, Strack Attack. Now, his OC is very interesting, and I really like what he did with it. And it's funny because he is an artist, and he is a musician at the same time, much like a guest we've had on the show, Taps. Now, what was great about this was the fact that there was a guy walking around the entire con with his OC on his shirt. So in this sense, we didn't have to deal with some stupid little phone or a con badge or whatever. We had a guy just straight up plastered with his OC on his shirt, which was really fun and great for demonstrating and whatnot. I was definitely touching this OC a lot more than I was on the other one, just for the joke of being able to be like, oh yes, right here, right on his nipple where his mane is. Yes, that is where I want to talk about right now. So this next one is Strack Attack with his OC. So let's take a look. So Trotcon got another OC review. We got a Strack Attack right here with his OC. You can get a good view of that right there. He's good. So tell me a little bit about this OC there, Strack.
He's mechanic and DJ, and he's got some black and like kind of almost bluish white mane. Nice little pink ended ears, and he's a unicorn.
Unicorn. Okay, that's cool.
Unshorn fetlocks, because those are so cool, and nice little movies.
Nice. That's really cool. I really like it. It's very unique and personal design. I like the color idea that you went through.
Actually, I based the color off of my little mini bike, my little dirt bike. My first dirt bike. I still have it.
So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, like I like the overall design, like everything we talked about. I don't know what we missed. We were talking about a dirt bike or something. But anyway, yeah, it's great. Most people would probably like rip on the fact that your main style is like a little fucking weird or whatever. But like it's actually pretty unique, and I would rather have a unique main style that wasn't like your fucking typical
speak of the devil.
like fucking pony creator bullshit. Then
You do my wank.
fucking doing this shit because it's really like fucking cool, and I like it.
right in the door. Cool.
It's cool. I like it a lot. It's also got your own style with your art, and that's what helps like make it its own thing. So yeah, it's super cool. Thanks for making a good OC. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
I actually thought it was a shit OC, but okay.
It's good. It's fun. Like people say we shit on OCs, but like it's actually really good. I like it.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Strack Attack in his OC. I cannot remember of the buddy of ours that was wearing the shirt, but it was still very funny to be able to present or look at an OC on somebody's shirt. So, and I apologize about the cutoff in the middle there. My phone did something. It was like, it ran out of space on my internal storage, so I had to switch to the card that was plugged into it, and I had a crap ton of footage from this weekend, and as you probably could tell by the vlogs that I made, go check them out now, they're really fun. But yeah, it was super cool. So his OC is really great because it definitely is not a typical OC that you'd find. We're not talking about like some mane that like looks like any other pony. You may be able to draw parallels between it and Vinyl Scratch's mane, but still, it is a very unique character and a very unique style, mostly because he was actually able to draw it himself or have a style outside of show style that helps represent it more by itself and not be bogged down by, hey, it kind of looks like this, hey, it kind of looks like that. His color choices were really great. I like the fact that his quote-unquote black mane wasn't in fact black. It was just a really light charcoal, or more of a medium charcoal color, along with the like lighter bluish color mane as well. It's just really great stuff, and I really like it. Like honestly, I mean, it's hard to compare his OC to the other three because the other three were just kind of, hey, this is my OC, this is kind of what I've got going on for it, and how you're able to kind of get by with an OC, while his is like, yes, this is the OC, this is what's going on, I made all this, it goes so well together. One of the things that we missed actually by going back and forth between the in the cut was that I lost a little bit about where I was talking about his cutie mark. Now his cutie mark is a like two tools crossing each other with like a sound wave in between, and that was really great because it wasn't a typical DJ musician's cutie mark. He actually was like a mechanic pony or whatever, just like Strack Attack, sort of like lending into his personal life a little bit, but still having that little hint of music in his cutie mark and special talent. I didn't get any story behind him, at least I don't remember any, and I didn't get a lot of information about the pony itself, other than from a what is it, a like aesthetic side of the pony. It was very great talking to him, and always a pleasure. If you want to hear any more information about his OC or anything that has to do with him, I highly recommend you go hit him up on either Twitter at DJ ScratchTac or finding him on DeviantArt or anywhere like that. Like, he's a great artist, he does great music, and he has a really great art. So, that being that, it's really great being able to talk to people face to face about their OCs. Yeah, the trade-off is that you don't get to have a lot of like the full rounded story that you can get with like a 15 paragraph essay on DeviantArt about a person's OC, but it's one of these things that I think I would rather do this, have face to face with somebody and being able to talk to the creator of the OC while like reviewing it rather than over the internet, because it's just so much more personal, and I really enjoy it. It's just great. But yeah, that's the 4 OCs that I was able to review at the con. It wasn't that big of a con, so not a lot of people knew who I was or recognized me, or maybe just not a lot of people cared about, talking to me. I don't know. Either way, those were the 4 that we got, ranging from good, bad, mediocre, and okay. Just, it was something fun. It was something easy to do. That was just a fun little side project that we have for you guys this week. Next week, we will be back together with our regular show. Now, if you have an OC, we highly recommend that you should send it into the show. That way we're able to critique it and, everything like that, other than just meeting me at a con and being able to do it right there on the spot. You can always send in your OC questions, fan art, or anything to our DeviantArt account at eurocsucks.deviantart.com. We have a Twitter that you can tweet at us and have fun little conversations, ask us questions or whatever. You can tweet at us at eurocsucks. You can, like we said, send in your email or send in your fan art, questions, OCs, or anything like that to our email as well, eurocsuckspodcast@gmail.com. And then we even have a submit feature on our Tumblr, eurocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com, where you can, submit your OCs and whatnot and everything like that. We actually even have a video on our channel here. If you scroll back in a little bit, you can find out how to submit and all the various different ways to do it. Now, we also have a Patreon that this show is supported through. We have our lovely patrons over at patreon.com, where you too can also support this show by making small monetary donations or large ones. We really don't care either way. It's appreciated all the same. Now, these reviews that I just did. Now, obviously, I'm not giving special attention to somebody. I mean, hey, if somebody happens to see me on the side or whatever, and they're like, hey, Mumfight, I really like your show. That's really cool. Oh, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that very much. If I'm not doing anything, or if I'm not, if you see me and I'm not, running or headed out the door to go do something, feel free to ask. Be like, hey, do you have time to talk to me, or let me show you my OC, see what you think about it? I'd be more than happy to take a look at your OC. It's just something fun that we can sit and talk about. Now, keep in mind, these OC reviews that I do at cons, like I've said, aren't really full-fledged reviews. You're not going to get the full 9 yards with them, but there's still something if you want just a little one. It's just, something fun. Now, that's just to say, but if it looks like I'm busy, maybe hold off for maybe a time where I'm just doing nothing or standing around and I don't really have much to do. But in the meantime, that has been this show. We will be returning next week for a regular show, so keep an eye out for that. Also, if you happen to be going to Baltimore in August, I believe 7th through the 9th, there happens to be a convention there for My Little Pony. If you didn't know, there's a small little convention called, maybe you've heard of it, BronyCon. I don't know. It's just something fun that people can do. I don't think a lot of people are going. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm being facetious. It is literally Brony Mecca. And if you at all are able to go to this event, you should definitely make it your business to be there. Because not only will I be there, but the entire Yachts crew. Myself, Commander, Sparkle, Medi Bobo, and Smooth Sailing will all be at this convention. And you can see us all there in person. So, that being said, my name is Mummified Thunderbirds. I've been the host and show manager of this episode, and I'm actually probably going to be doing everything else for this episode. I'm definitely going to be editing. So that's been our show, and we'll see you all next time. And remember, your OC sucks.